Hello everyone, welcome back and sorry for the long wait. However, I wanted to address my biggest issue with Rex on release, and that is how subpar the mech was and how overhyped this mech was despite it actually being good. One thing for sure is it definitely did not meet the hype expectations, so I will explain why Rex wasn't the mech I expected, and that's mainly due to the part that the mech is just outright almost not usable at Gold 1. And if it is being used at Gold 1, then it feels and works very subpar in performance, unlike other mechs we have with such things as Glacier and Twilight Fang, and even the likes of Dread Talon all feel so much better to use and more practical to use on average. The fact that you have to build stacks, especially rear attack stacks, and needing 4 stacks just to compete with other mechs within its tier is just outright mid. And I understand that once you get the stacks going, then sure, it starts to perform better than most, but that's the issue, getting those stacks up, as without those stacks or 4 stacks in general, it just feels like a watered down of everything else that we currently use. With that being said though, Gold 1 Rex in comparison to Gold 3 Rex are two entirely different animals, where Gold 1 Rex feels like a Magikarp and kind of operates like a wet noodle. Gold 3 Rex feels like a Gyarados and operates like an Apex Predator, which is kind of insane when you really think about it. And that's primarily due to the access of gold mods that you can equip to Rex. Since one of the biggest downfalls of Rex is its inability to hit hard from the beginning, I'd be almost convinced that it's a must-have for Rex at Gold 3 to even find Rex usable in most situations, let alone for any pilot over other light mechs we have for said pilots. And before anyone says you don't need Gold 3 to have Rex usable, I'd be hard pressured to say in fact that Rex definitely does need that Gold 3 for Rex to be usable or even operate with some level of practical performance, as stacking damage versus built-in raw damage is a difference between something that is ideal and something that is practical. However, one might say, how does Gold 3 Rex become more practical than Gold 1 Rex? As there isn't much of a difference. And to that, I'm going to say, you remember that weakness I spoke about earlier on how Rex lacked the ability to do any significant damage at the beginning of a round? Well, at Gold 3, you could easily supplement that issue by equipping 4 Dread Talent mods to fill in the shortcomings of Rex and allowing to build stacks while also dishing out larger and larger numbers per shot, which you wouldn't really be able to do if it was at Gold 1. Rex might be one of the rare few I would say to get Rainbow, as the other mechs I had mentioned to Rainbow was Glacier. Rex would also be on the same lines as worth rainbowing, as Rex being given Dread Talent mods at Rainbow would equate to a 73% increase in damage at max stacks, making whatever is inside that mech dish out insane levels of numbers. But don't worry, I'm also a huge advocate for living up to your own ideals. So I'll be releasing another video after this where I build my Rex to Gold 3. And this is now the end of the video. And let me know if you guys agree with me or disagree with my take on Rex. And don't forget to leave those thoughts in the comments. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Peace.
Kelly Paulus.